everybody, and today I'm going to show you how to do flow proofs. So I'm going to give you a quadrilateral, and we're going to call this A, B, C, D, and we will call this midpoint right here X. And what we're going to try to prove is that the triangle here, DXA, triangle DXA, is equivalent to triangle BXC. And the data that we're going to be given is that X is the midpoint for AC, and we're also going to be given that X is the midpoint for BD. So a flow chart for a proof is going to be the same thing as a two-column proof, except within a diagram. So we're going to start with the data that's given and put it in two boxes. So we are given that X is the midpoint. X is the midpoint of AC. And then underneath the box, you're going to write how you know that, and how we know that is because it is given. In the second box underneath that, I'm going to write the other piece of data that I know, which is that X is the midpoint of BD. And again, how do we know that? It's given, so that's what I'm writing right underneath this chart. Now, the fact that X is the midpoint of AC will give me some other piece of information. So I'm going to draw an arrow to show what I'm concluding from this fact. So if I know that X is the midpoint of AC, that means that I know that AX is congruent to CX. So I'm going to go ahead and write in the box my next fact, which is that AX is congruent to CX. And the way that I know is by the midpoint theory. So that's what I'm going to write down right underneath it. From this second piece of data that I'm given, if I know that X is the midpoint of BD, then I know that BD is congruent to XD. So I'm going to go ahead and write down BD is congruent to XD. And again, underneath the box, you're writing how you know. And how I know is the midpoint theorem. Now, the other piece of information that I need to prove that these two triangles are equal, I have two sides already. I need an angle. So what I realize is that this angle right here and this angle right here are vertical angles. So they're going to be congruent. So again, the fact goes in the box. So I am saying that angle BXC is congruent to angle AXD. And the reason goes underneath. And the reason that I know that they're congruent is because they are vertical angles. Now, from this fact and these two facts, I can prove my conclusion, which is that the two triangles are equal. So I'm going to draw an arrow from this one, and this one, because these are all three that are going to help me prove this. And in my final concluding box, I'm writing down that triangle DXA is congruent to triangle BXC, and my reason is going to go right underneath it, and the reason stems from these three arrows that come before it, which is side, angle, side. And that is how you do a flow proof.